But I'm not a believer of gatekeeping things either.
Yeah.
There's some things you can gatekeep, but in general, even if you gave someone the exact formula of how you made the video, they're not going to be able to recreate it. But as soon as it starts to actually replace filmmakers, which I don't think it's at a stage yet, that's when I'll be kind of... Wow. Instagram, I feel like, is very... not superficial, but it's
a very transactional platform.
I do feel like it's a transactional
platform. I'm going on there to get something out of it, not to connect crazy.
It was a whole mission, and it was the first trip I did with the boys where it felt like, you know what, quitting my job was worth it.
Well, we already met, so I appreciate you coming
and
doing this. Quickly for everyone, can you tell me, or can you tell us briefly, the transition from software engineer to filmmaking?
Okay, so for anyone that doesn't know, I was a software engineer straight out of college. I did it for 3 years, and then eventually I switched to being a full-time filmmaker. The way I guess I did it is, you know, like I picked up, just like everyone else, I picked up a camera, I started photography in London, it was beautiful, and I was like getting more into it. And at the back of my head, I always had this dream of like, oh, I want to be a YouTuber or something, you know, so this was kind of my attempt at doing the small steps.
Yeah.
And then eventually I just got more into it. I spent every weekend shooting. I would do these like freelance gigs for, I don't know, $200 per project, you know, like small things. And eventually got to a point where all my weekends were booked out. It was probably like a year or 2 years into being software engineer that I decided, you know what, I just gotta make a switch. I need more time to do filmmaking. It's the lifestyle I wanna do. And in, I think, May 2024, I officially made the jump. I quit my job to pursue this. And here we are now, 2 years later.
Here we are now in Bali.
Yep, in Bali.
In Bali.
Halfway across the world.
That's a whole, halfway across the world. That's actually, there's certain stages I think that people do. It's like, you know, you quit your job and you pursue it. But to quit the job, pursue it, and get successful enough to leave
True.
And come here. Why was it Bali?
Ooh, I think as a travel creator, you spend a lot of time on social media. And a lot of the people that we know in the space, a lot of them are in Bali. So first, I came here on a vacation for like a week. I spent my time here and I was like, oh, this is really nice. Then I came back for a month, and at that point I already knew some people. So it was even better. And I thought, you know what? Why am I spending time in UK, which there's nothing wrong with it, but in winter it does get a little bit like colder, a bit more like depressing. So I thought, why don't I just move to a place that ticks all the boxes, has all the creators, I can see my friends like 3 minutes apart, easy. So it was just a sensible decision. And because of the work that I do, which is worldwide, Bali is just the place for now.
Yeah.
So then that's what I'm trying to tell you. You gotta move out
here,
bro.
I was here for a week, guys. I was here for a week. I should have stayed longer. I'll be back next year.
There you go.
Bali, you said you have a lot of creator friends.
Yeah.
I'm always about like the art of collaboration, because I think that as a creator, you know, you do solo stuff for so long.
Yeah.
You get to talk, like for me, I love doing this, get to talk to people, creativity, we talk about it. You talk about it here, like you meet a lot of creators. But can you talk more about the art of collaboration, like, here, but also in like BD, like Beautiful Destinations? Because I feel like that is, that encompasses
100%
art of collaboration.
I think the more I spent creating and working on projects, I realized that there's only so much one person can do.
Yeah.
And you know, everyone has different perspectives. You have your own background, I have my background, and we all almost like breathe the same art form of like filmmaking. So coming together, I feel like collaboration is probably the way you can create your best work. Bouncing off ideas, coming up with things on the fly, being able to rely on others, you just maximize your output so much more. And I think as a filmmaker early on, you might want to do everything run and gun solo, but when you get to bigger productions, you need to rely on other people. Or if you want to feature in shoots or just anything, the bigger the projects, the more you need bigger teams. At Beautiful Destinations, we oftentimes have 4 or 5 people teams of everyone having their own roles. And I think that's what essentially gives you the best product. You know?
Yeah, on a shoot with BD, is it, because everyone's doing everything, it's like a bunch of, it could be a disaster, because if you think about too many chefs in the kitchen. So how does that work? Is it like, okay, today I'm only looking at, I don't know, like location scouting, or I'm only doing this. I'm only looking at lighting, or
I think at beautiful destinations, as well as like just in general bigger productions, there's always roles. So let's say if we're going on a client shoot, we'd have the main video we're delivering, which would be maybe 1 or 2 people working on. So they would create a whole creative strategy around it, the idea, the storyboarding. So all of it, I guess pre-planning is the place where you hash all those things out. And once you've pre-planned and got an idea, that's when everyone can go on a shoot knowing what to do. And then you don't kind of clash as much, you know? Because we've all been there. You go on a trip, and next thing you know, 4 creators are getting the same shot for no reason.
You're standing like next to
can I get that as well? I just got it. You know?
You're over someone's head.
Exactly. So I think in productions, the crucial part is like talking about it, talking it out, what everyone is doing. Is someone on a gimbal? Someone's handheld? Someone's a producer? Someone's, I don't know, like location scouting, all those things, you know? So it's all in the prep.
You have such a cool story about BD, just like full circle moment. We talked about it earlier. Can you briefly talk about that?
100%. So the way my background was very much in social media campaigns. So I would create videos for, I don't know, Sony United Kingdom or Samsung on like a smaller kind of social media campaign style. So it's very like tech / commercial driven. And then I really wanted to get into travel space. And then last year, around April time again, the Beautiful Destinations Academy came up on Instagram. And for those of the people that don't know, Beautiful Destinations is one of the biggest travel agency in the world. And that came up on my feed, and I thought, you know what, I kind of want to get more into travel. And I had some travel bits that I've saved from the past couple of months at the time. I made a quick sizzle reel, posted a reel on Instagram, and next thing you know, I got accepted into the Beautiful Destinations Academy, which is a 3-month-long academy where they teach you how to create on bigger productions, work with bigger clients. And I did that in Dubai in summer of last year. I graduated that, and I was fortunate enough to get a full-time position at Beautiful Destinations as a filmmaker. And now we've gotten to a full circle moment where I'm going back for the second time as a mentor now.
Crazy.
I know. It feels like a privilege to be able to do that. I feel grateful.
Just the BDT, like their whole movement, I remember it's been like 10 plus years for sure.
Crazy.
And they've been killing it. And to see them grow into having academies now and like inspiring other creators and inspiring collaboration.
The scale is insane.
It's nuts. When is the next academy?
So there's currently one happening right now. I think they're in their 2nd month now. So I'll be going for their like final 4 weeks, final month in July. And then the next cohort I believe is in September. So they're trying to do cohort every 3 or 4 months. So it's constantly more and more creators rolling out.
That is insane.
I know, people from all over the world. We had someone come from India who's never left the country, wanted to be a filmmaker, and they flew him out to Dubai to create for 3 months. And now, if you look on his like Instagram, he's creating bangers,
amazing stuff, probably. And even probably before, it's like you just need that opportunity.
100%.
And I think that's what it is.
All it is. You need to do the right thing at the right time, and if you get it, your whole life is different. You know.
It's like you put in the reps.
100%.
And that's the thing. I think the joy with what I do is like sometimes I'll come across creators who are maybe from a country that doesn't get that much love online, or they might be young. Like I saw a 12-year-old VFX editor, and I was like, "What are you doing?" We talking about it. I was like, I was playing games like crazy at that age. So it's good that BD is also bringing in creators that are, from different walks of life. He must have been. Is it he or she? He must have been like.
His name's Akshay. I've heard stories, and like honestly, his work is insane as well. So
that's amazing. That's amazing.
What's going on, guys? I just want to take a break to show you this cool feature from Upbeat, who are the sponsors of today's video. I've been using this feature a lot right here to tighten up all of my edits. So if you come down here, hit that customize button, you can actually customize the duration of the track. So if you have visuals that go up to, let's say, 1 minute and 15 seconds, press enter. It'll give you different variations of the same track, just in case you like a certain part of the track and you want it to repeat, like you can see here. or even here. And this is all algorithm based. No AI is used. So if you guys want to tighten up your edits as well, use the link in the description or the pinned comment for 20% off. All right?
We'll go back to the collaboration stuff.
Yeah.
You did a Samsung, like your Samsung campaign actually, and when I watched it, I loved it because and then you see all the boys getting together, and it was such a cool way to do it. Can you talk about that?
Yeah.
How did you decide on what to do with that? I saw in the actual video, like the behind the scenes, you have like a tab and notes and like shot list, but like how was it?
Yeah, so I'm a big pre-planner guy. I love having shot lists, mood boards, and things like that. And I guess working with a client campaign, you can be as creative as you want, but within a certain box. So they give you like the brief, they give you what's the target of like what you need to do, and for that specific campaign, it was their stabilization on the phone. So that was the main selling point. And then you kind of start
the perfect use of the scooters.
Exactly, and then you start thinking about ideas, what you can do with it. And what I came up with specifically was cool, I want to shoot what's available in Bali. You can do bikes. So you get a cool bike, shoot around. You could do it at the beach, but I felt like that was kind of, a lot of people have done it.
Oh, yeah.
So I thought, okay, let me find a cool road and maybe shoot it that way. So I did a bit of recce on Google Maps. Dude, sometimes I just go on Google Maps. I literally just street view around randomly. I would do that, and then I found the location. It was an hour away from here. I did a little recce, came back, came up with the whole concept of the shots that we need to do, and then just got the boys together. Shot it in one day, and then edited it in like 2 days and done.
Dude, that was great. I loved it. Like,
thanks, man.
Like the behind the scenes too of you guys like testing it out and seeing like rigging it up. I think that's one thing I miss, and like I talk about the art of collaboration, and I think that's a big part. Like getting like really good content and stuff.
I think so.
You teach a lot. You educate a lot.
For sure.
Your content. Why is that the thing that just draws you to actually make content? Because like, there's a lot of people that don't. Like they don't like sharing the secrets. They don't like helping other people out. And I always find it interesting when I come across creators who just really love to teach people.
I think for me, it is coming from that YouTube Academy life. I learned filmmaking through YouTube. I would watch people that honestly are in the same position I was, share the knowledge and show off their work. And in a way, I guess that inspired me to learn. And also now at a stage that I'm in, I kind of want to give back to someone who is starting out now, And same for the Academy. Going as a mentor, you kind of get to see someone soak up that knowledge and be grateful for it, and it's kind of a nice. You feel good about it.
You're like, thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you.
It's like a full circle moment. That's the best way to describe it. You were in that position, and as every creator would wish that they had someone that would just give them the information.
Like quick, like a friend. You're just like the friend. That's.
And I'm not a believer of gatekeeping things either. There's some things you can gatekeep, but in general, even if you gave someone the exact formula of how you made the video, they're not going to be able to recreate it like for like. It's going to be their own version. So I don't really believe in like copying others either. So
yeah, I think so too. I think it's like life experience. Like we talk about traveling. 100%. It's like because you've done so many shoots, you've traveled, you've done the way you're looking at that street view is probably different than someone else who's just like, dude, it's just a street. Like, you know what I mean? It's just a couple trees. You're like, nah, do you not see the way the light's hitting right now? You know what I mean? When you make content now, because we talked about getting into personal branding, want to make videos for yourself, like obviously different. How is that? Are you always thinking, okay, I need to make a video for my audience? So it's got to be for my audience. And then like getting into like the day in the life or week in the life of a filmmaker stuff is that obviously it still has an audience, but it's very much more personal.
For sure.
Is that tough? Like, do you want to teach forever? Is that
I think in an ideal world, I would like to create cool stuff and then share behind the scenes of it and then share the week in a life kind of thing. I kind of want to do a bit of both. I don't want to be just an educator and I don't want to be just a filmmaker. Because I think in between those two, you kind of almost like box yourself too much. We're very versatile people, we have so many hobbies, and as people, you can really show yourself if you kind of combine the two and throw in some lifestyle in there as well. That's like, I think there's a happy medium that I always strive for. So for every production I do, I try to think.
I love it.
Just Bali noises. For every production, I try to think what can I shoot for my own content that I can later share on Instagram with my
Yeah.
audience. Just some small bits that people would like to see. Though at least I would like to see if I was them, you know.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like just content creation in general, because
Yeah.
like, you know, especially that weekend of life, you use, I think you're also good at, you know, your 29th birthday you're celebrating,
Yeah.
and all these like
Yeah.
little things, which is actually really, really cool. Because for a lot of people, sometimes it's like I make one video and I don't use that footage for anything else.
Yeah.
It's like the art of recycling footage or giving it another purpose. I feel like you use it as a teaching moment sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
When you have like all your footage and stuff like that, and you're obviously making videos, is it different from when you're just documenting your life and you're like, let's see if I could just reach back into these files and like give a teaching moment for something like this?
Yeah, I think I would say I feel like I'm bad at going back in my old footage.
Oh really? Yeah.
I have stuff from Dubai, Iceland, Madeira that I have not touched.
Yeah.
Because I feel like once it's done,
It's like you don't.
it's kind of like done and dusted. I might do like a couple of reels on it, a couple of breakdowns here and there, and I constantly try to rewire my brain to go back to those places and see if I can put another spin on it and like share it in a different light.
It's tough though. No?
But it's tough, man.
It's like you're just not in that mindset to be
Yeah.
like, oh, let me talk about wide angles here.
Yeah.
Like I remember the shot.
Yeah, there's always the next shiny thing that you're trying to think, you know what, if I want to talk about wide angles, I'll shoot a whole new scene.
Yeah, right. And I feel like it's.
Yeah.
But there's certain people that are so good at like having
100%.
like a SSD of
Dude.
like, okay, cool, like labeling,
Yeah.
like, you know, it's like it's crazy.
Yeah,
I think,
archiving your footage is a big one. And like if there was a way to do the selects, export them in like
you know what? I feel like isn't there like an AI
that'd
program?
be amazing.
So I really feel like there was like a big creator that started it where it could scrub through your videos on your
Yeah.
SSDs, and then if you type in like sunset, it'll
Ooh.
like.
Must be something like that.
I really feel like I saw it somewhere.
That would be quite cool.
Yeah, because imagine you just plug in your SSD and just typed
Oh,
in sunset, and then it
dude.
just
Finds
and
everything.
right? Or
Yeah.
like full body shot.
True.
Yeah,
That would be
of
really
me,
good.
like because I'll maybe
Like
if I'm
editing
using-
or
Yeah.
keyboard, you know, like all these like shots that you would need.
Exactly, like
Dude,
top down overhead
That'd be
shot.
so good.
Yeah. Let's make it.
Yeah,
Let's do
there you go,
that.
business idea.
Is the creative process different? Okay, one different like your teaching videos, your campaign videos, your personal videos, and is it also different on different platforms?
Yes. I started off. So the content that I do differs by platform massively. YouTube, you think of it as a slower. If someone is watching your YouTube video, you're expecting them to be there for at least 5-10 minutes. So
Yeah.
you kind of slow down. You have a lot of time to build that relationship. Instagram is very much about polish. You know, you gotta hook the audience in, give them maybe 5-7 seconds, and then they're already clocking out. So you gotta
Yeah.
be quick with things. TikTok is where I started initially my content creation, and that one is very much, especially now, it's very much more like talking videos and less polish, and more sharing a story
Interesting,
on a
yeah.
phone.
Yeah.
I used to post cinematics on TikTok and they worked for a while, but I feel like now, maybe because I don't post as much, but all I see on my feed is just talking videos of people yapping. You know?
Yap
Yap
content.
culture.
Yap
It's true, bro.
content. Yeah. Yap content. I tried it and I was horrible at it.
Yeah, I feel like I would talk too much. You know?
I don't even know. Yeah, sometimes I say the same thing over and over again. I'm like,
Yeah, you spend 5 minutes talking about something, whereas you said the first sentence, and you repeated it like 7 times.
I'm editing it. I'm like, stupid. I'm so dumb. Dang.
Same for YouTube. Sometimes you have to know how to break down an idea, and explain it in 7 minutes without repeating it over and over.
Yeah. And I guess you like script all that stuff.
I do. I know people that just
Freestyle it.
freestyle it, and I admire that. I want to get to that point, especially if I want to do more like vlogs and stuff. But for educational content, because you have to be kind of precise with what you say, and you don't want to cut out all the ums, ahs, and everything. I do script most of my videos. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And are you like, when you say script, line for line, bar for bar, or is it
Honestly,
like?
line for line.
Oh, damn, yo,
Like
that's
literally,
crazy.
I would like
That is
I would do a
nuts.
voice note like of just talking about it. Then I would feed it through AI, get like a polished script, work on that polished script to make it even better.
Yeah.
And then I would kind of just recite it. Oh, not recite it, but like I would remember it. I would read it like 10 times, and I would kind of know what I'm saying. Because if I freestyle, I can freestyle, but there's a high chance I'll ramble,
Yeah.
which is not good.
The high chance. I like how you know it's a
Bro,
high chance.
80% chance, you know?
Dude, that's crazy. Man, I didn't. Okay, because you seem pretty natural. Like, it doesn't feel like it's like line for
No, I'll speak for ages.
What? That's crazy. What AI are you using? Claude?
I use ChatGPT was the first one I started
Yeah.
using, and then Claude has been the one go to now.
Yeah,
for
I feel
everything,
like everything-
personal, it's like insane.
Can you explain? Because I'm starting to get into Claude,
Yeah.
and like, because obviously everyone's saying it's great for content
sure.
creation. Like, can you explain to me what makes it so good?
Yeah. So, I guess you've used ChatGPT before.
Yeah, and I've been using like Gemini and stuff like
so
that.
the difference with Gemini and ChatGPT compared to Claude is that those are very conversation based.
Yeah.
So you give it instructions, it gives you something back, you feed up, you kind of build on that, and you have this one conversation. With Claude, it works off of text files. So you have a conversation, it can be the same conversation, and at the end you can just say, hey, this is great, let's summarize this conversation and save it on our working folder that's called Claude or whatever.
Yeah.
And then next time you come, you can say, okay, today's a new day. I want to work on the video that we just worked on yesterday. And unlike ChatGPT, where it's going to go back to that conversation through that same chat, it's going to pull a file, read the whole file, and give you all the information that you need. And it also does it with
Interesting.
multiple files. So if you have like 20 files, let's say if you have brand guidelines, if you have script guidelines, if you have video transcripts from your favorite YouTube videos, it can pull all that information
That's insane.
and then it just give you everything that you need to. Whereas ChatGPT would have limitations. You can maybe do 3 files at a time, maybe 5, and at that point already start kind of losing the context a little bit.
Yeah.
That's what I found has been the biggest game changer.
That's crazy. Man, I gotta start using it. 'Cause,
Yeah, and also you can connect your emails to Claude.
did you
like-
see RPA? You know RPN?
No.
So he's another creator, but
Yeah.
he did this amazing like film. I'll show you after. Like
Yeah.
this is amazing, and it was based on Claude, where like he's in his car and he's talking to his phone, and it's opening up his computer at home, and like and putting things like together before he even gets to the next
Insane,
phase.
right?
And like the actual video itself is great, but like the idea that Claude could do that, I'm like, that's incredible.
Even for my day-to-day work, like I wake up, I have this task on Claude where I say like, let's start the day. It pulls all my emails, all my Slack messages, and like looks at like some certain metrics that I need to, like on YouTube Studio. It pulls it all together. It tells me what I need to focus on the day.
All in like one shot.
It pulls up the most recent project, sees the status that it's on, and tells me like, hey, you need to do this YouTube video today or something. It's mind-blowing.
Dang.
AI is crazy.
And you're paying for the pro version, right? Like
I think I have the max or
the
crazy.
okay, that's crazy.
It's worth it, dude.
Yeah. Of course, if it helps with workflow, like if you're saving time, then
100%.
dude, that's their
It's an
money.
investment, you know.
Yeah.
It's your business.
It's everything. It's
Yeah.
like any investment into the business, efficiency.
100%.
Dude, that's great. The creator I was talking to yesterday, his name is
Yeah.
Janelle, and he was saying that he was asking, like, having this back and forth with Claude about a client acquisition that he was getting, and then how to price it. And then he like was telling it how much he was gonna charge, and Claude came back like, "Yo, you're underballing yourself." Like it was like coaching him to tell him to like charge higher. And then he's like, "Okay." I was like, "This is the coolest thing. It's like a life coach. It's like a business coach."
That's the beauty of AI, because you could research that yourself, but you'd spend hours trying to find the right information.
Yeah.
Whereas AI, Claude, is just built on so much data that it can find all that in an instant for you.
That's so.
But there are definitely dangers to it, though.
Oh, of course.
I feel like it's a
agree.
yes man, you know? You'd be like, oh, here's an idea I have. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Whereas then it's like a bullshit idea. you
That's
know?
like the thing, like with Gemini, I'm starting to feel like it is a yes
Yeah.
man. Like I'm saying all these like weird things, and it's like go for it. It's like,
Yeah, exactly.
What?
You're like, wait, let's be critical for a second. Is it actually a good idea?
And it's like, yeah, okay, yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right to question that.
I was like, you're too much of like my friend right now.
Yeah,
Like I need you to be like my
It's
mom.
like working with someone who's in love with you, you know? Like, no way.
That's actually like the prompt. Like,
Yeah.
answer this like you're not in love with me.
Exactly, something like that. You know,
Yeah.
you gotta. There's ways around it, but it's always a risk.
That's interesting. Okay, such a cool like creative workflow.
Yeah.
But I guess you use AI and Claude through all your like scripting, initial scripting.
100%. All the scripting, and also because English is not my first language, sometimes I would.
What is your first language?
My first language is Latvian, and Russian because I come from a mixed family. Yeah, and
Bro,
then I was
you're-
always a big fan of English growing up, watching movies, Call of Duty, all those things.
Yeah, you're trying to swear on the
Yeah,
game.
exactly. I was a sweat. I was one of those kids that would. So I always had passion for English. So now I would say it's very good.
I would have never thought. Bro.
Yeah, no,
I'm
it
like
confuses a lot of people.
Sometimes, I was like, is this guy American? Like, it's perfect.
Bro, all the time. Even in
Yeah.
UK, when I first moved, everyone would ask,
Where-
whereabouts in the States are you from? I'm like, I'm actually not.
That is insane. That's
But yeah,
cool. That's good,
so
man.
AI, I use it still to this day to just polish even the final script.
Yeah.
Sometimes I might miss I don't know, certain parts that like grammatically might not, like stylistically might not sound too good or too natural. AI is really good at that. So
Wow.
AI is like my go-to, like my buddy.
yeah. I don't need anyone else.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great. How about for like workouts? You
Yeah.
ever do it for? You ever just ask that?
I'll tell you, use it for
Everything?
everything in my life.
Yeah.
Even for workouts, you can literally. Luckily, I know what I'm doing, so I've had the years of experience, so I can almost guide AI on how to train me.
Yeah.
So I give it my workout plan, and I use it for logging my calories. Every day I eat something. In Bali, it's beautiful because you can track your macros everywhere you eat.
Yeah.
So I literally give it my macros every single meal.
Are you just voice noting it and
Yeah,
then?
just literally voice noting. Like today I had 200 grams of chicken, this and that. And then in a month's time, I get like a report of all the days that I've eaten, hit the calories. It
That
keeps track of
is-
my weight. So every morning I weigh myself and I tell it this is my
Yeah.
weight today. And it's
That is
beautiful.
insane.
Yeah.
I'm about to just spend some money right now.
You
I'm
should,
like,
dude.
That's crazy.
$100, ka-ching.
Yeah, dude. Like traveling. I'm assuming like there's
Yeah.
everything, huh?
Traveling, I feel like it's the only thing I don't use it for.
Ah, okay.
Because I feel like it uses Google and all the publicly available information,
Yeah.
where oftentimes you just get the generic suggestions. Let's say if I said, oh, give me a 7-day itinerary to
Itinerary?
Iceland,
Yeah.
it's going to give me the spots that everyone's been to. Because think of how many travel blogs are out there.
That is pulling information.
Yeah,
from.
so I actually, for travel, I do like to either try to find people on Instagram, like friends that have been there,
Yeah.
to kind of get like more unknown spots,
Yeah.
or just Google Maps really. I find just honestly going to a location and looking at spots yourself,
Yeah.
sometimes it's even better.
Yeah.
So it has its pros and cons,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. That's so crazy. Yeah, definitely need to like get in on that.
AI's taking over, man.
Yeah, dude. How about in like editing workflows or even AI? I've been having this conversation with a lot of creators, which I think
Yeah.
is like starting to be a little bit more important. I've been trying to dodge it just because,
Yeah.
anytime I even mention AI, like video and things,
Yeah.
it's already backlash and stuff. I think now people are like turning a corner where a little bit more accepting of it. How's your stance on the AI?
I think it's very controversial
Yeah.
at the moment. It's insane how polarizing the opinions are on it. For me, maybe it's my tech background, but I'm more of a embrace it than go against it kind of guy.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
For editing, we already use it a lot. Like think about color grading, Magic Mask, that's using AI.
Yeah.
Or audio transcription, AI. There's so many places AI is already in. I use it a lot for video, for YouTube videos. If I have 20 minutes of talking head, you can give it to, there's this app I use called Gling, which you just give it your whole footage. It'll chop it up, it'll remove all the bad takes using AI, and it'll give you like a clean talking head. It saves me 2 hours of manual labor. So there's places where AI is really useful, but the downsides, I guess, are fully generated videos, things that kind of take away from the actual art of filmmaking, which is going to be an interesting time in the next couple of years.
Absolutely.
You have Hicksfield releasing full-on movies and everything.
It's crazy what Hicksfield's doing.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's nice for, you know what? I'd say for client work, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Because if it saves me time, I'm down.
Yeah.
But as soon as it starts to actually replace filmmakers, which I don't think it's at a stage yet, that's when I'll be kind of, I guess, become a bit more old school and be like, oh, I like the good old filmmaking.
Yeah, like the human error is what I always call it. Like I love that stuff, but I get it. I get it too. And there are people there are kids in countries that you have great imagination, and it's like sometimes you just want to see what it feels like on paper.
Yeah.
And
someone put it nicely on YouTube. I was watching, because we all watch those things. They said AI is good, but you can only, like, the beauty of filming is actually being there, coming up with the idea, and actually filming the situation and the moment. And even if you recreate the shot perfectly in an AI, you weren't there, with other people. You weren't sharing that moment. It's not as special as it would be in person.
Like, and it's like you have like 20 takes to get the perfect shot. You get it on the 20th take.
You're like, yes.
You're like, it was worth it. So like when you watch it, you're like, I like the shot because it took me a long time.
Exactly.
But I do. I'm starting to see, and I think the more conversations I'm having with creators and getting their background on it, it's starting to understand it. But I just also had this conversation too. It's like, it's not so much about AI. It's about the people using AI and how you use it. That's like the good and bad of everything. It's a tool. It's like, how do people use it? So,
100%. It's like generative fill. When that came out on Photoshop, everyone's like, oh no, that's AI, you're ruining the photos. Whereas now, 90% of people
using it.
Just use it for everything. I use it all the time for thumbnails, anything.
Even like I use to cut up the podcast, like, I'll lay out 3 cameras, audio tracks, and then it'll chop it up. It'll switch cameras for me.
So good.
So it saves me like 4 hours of just sitting through that and like label it. You know what I mean? Save time.
So you don't want to be spending time doing that yourself all the time.
Yeah. I think the only time it will replace, especially now, are like junior video editors who are only doing that job.
100%.
You know?
But hey, you gotta adapt. If anything, it will speed up their work.
Yeah.
And they can focus on bigger things.
Their experience to get better. Your Malaysia frames.
Yeah.
Those are cool with just the audio and stuff.
Thanks.
Yeah. It's so interesting because I think we're in such a place where everything needs to be polished, like especially like sound design.
Yeah.
I'm starting to see, because I watch so much videos like that certain fast pace, and music and stuff like that. So when I saw your frames and it was just like the audio, I was like, I could listen to this for a while and just like watch it. It was beautiful.
Thanks, man.
What made you decide to just like, I'll post this. I'll post these frames, the raw, like the way it is.
I think I wanted to, so I guess my focus now is, like, one of the goals that I want to focus on is I want to do a bit more lifestyle content for YouTube and blend the cinematic and educational to kind of create like a bit shift from just giving value to also giving a bit of myself. And I thought for Instagram, I wanted to do these because we had so many beautiful frames as well as BTS from that Malaysia shoot.
Yeah.
And I wanted to share it with the people that, I don't know, my audience. And as I was editing the frames, I thought, cool, what sound effects could I put on? What music I could put on? But the more I was watching it and listening to the audio from the camera, I was like, this is kind of vibes, Like one of the shots, I was with a gimbal, I was wearing these like nylon pants.
When you're right.
And I was like, this is kind of funny. Or one of the frames in Kuala Lumpur, Brian was just being silly. And I thought, like if you put sound design on top of that and music, you kind of lose that emotional aspect. So I thought, let's just post it with natural sounds. I didn't even have a microphone. It was just
it was just like internal
audio. I didn't like do anything. And it's just honestly, as long as I think with content creation, as long as you like the end product,
that's
all
the
that
important part.
I did it. It did okay, and I'm happy for it.
But see, it's like, it did okay. But it's when I was like looking at your stuff, like I loved it. Like the pants thing, dude. You don't understand. I was like, wait a minute, did he add sounds to this? I was trying to figure out because I was like, what is that? I thought it was natural sounds, and I was like, there's no way it sounds like that.
I even went as far as there was one shot with a bunch of bats flying around.
Yeah.
And because I was making the noise with my mouth, like that, because they would react to that you couldn't hear the bats themselves, so I had to find another clip where I had the bat sound and then I put it out on top. So I kind of like almost played around with the sounds here and there.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to keep it raw, and almost, I think for me it was a very unique experience going to Malaysia, experiencing all these new sights and jungle, the caves.
Dude, completely different.
I just almost wanted to show that to the viewer because coming from being a city boy, I've never experienced any of that, and I was like, this is kind of sick. I want to show it.
It is. It's like, and if you think about it, if you did that to music, you made it such a clean, tight edit. I feel like, I don't know, it's just because I see that content a lot. It doesn't. It's like, it could just be anything.
It's kind of same,
Same. Yeah. So like when you see it like that, it's like, it's almost like I'm experiencing it with you.
Yeah, that's the whole point, It's kind of like a play on the postcards. But slightly different with a bit more movement here and there. And just clips that we didn't use for the final film. We just used it in carousels.
Yeah, no, that's like perfect
Yeah.
use of like,
Yeah, exactly.
I love that.
Repurpose content. There you
Yes,
go.
yeah, and I think that's what I feel like. I don't even know what type of content I want to make. Obviously, it's just podcasts. Like,
Yeah.
but repurposing content, I think is like,
It's massive.
yeah, and even just going off of that, like I was streaming, you know, like live streamers,
Yeah, yeah.
and because you're a gamer, so you
Yeah,
kind of know that. You
100%.
know that
I consider that for, at some point in my life.
dude. Imagine just being 60 and just
Dude,
playing with your
8
friends.
hours a day, getting
yeah.
paid to do that.
And I love watching old streamers, like who are retired or like retired like war veterans playing like army. Like there's something about it, but that's a dream. That's a dream. But no, I was like talking about content creators because like they have it's repurposing content. Their model for content is so good. Like imagine streaming for 8 hours, you get like 4 or 5 YouTube videos from it. You get
True.
clippers to clip hundreds of clips in
Insane.
like a day session, and I think they have the strongest relationship to their audience than any other creator because you have to be on for 8 hours.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to be on for 8 hours. It's hard to be on
Massively.
for like an hour on when you're recording a
hard.
video. But when you're there for 8 hours and people or 5 hours, 4 hours, it's like
It's I think the people that stick around to watch you, they develop the strongest connection with you.
yeah, you know.
Imagine like
just-
seeing someone for 8 hours a day. That's insane. I
Like,
remember watching like Fortnite. I'd watch Ninja, and he'd be incredible at like playing the game. I'd be like, yo, this guy is sick, and you know, funny banter.
Yeah.
And it's just vibes.
Yeah, and like it is crazy. Like that relationship that they build automatically, it's crazy. Because I'm still trying to find that in terms of like community building.
For sure.
How do you feel like with your? Because you have good numbers both on TikTok, on
Yeah.
Instagram. And it's like, for me, it's like it's hard to put like faces to. Only now that I'm doing this stuff, I'm
For
like,
sure.
oh, cool.
I think it's tough for filmmakers a little bit because for myself specifically, I know people in my niche that are very open to talking to the camera and they
Yeah.
almost have this kind of content creator like, oh, you're my friend watching my story vibe.
Yeah.
And they really connect with their audience. But I feel like as an educator, sometimes people come to your page just for the value. And yes, they might stay around for you as a personality, but most likely it's transactional.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is the tough part, you know. I'm sure you see that a lot with the Creators Cut,
yeah.
you know.
It's like just review my
They get
stuff.
for inspo, they get to breakdowns, but then they
and
just
then
leave.
they leave, yeah.
Or they follow you, but then they don't really connect with you as much. Which is why I think YouTube is a really good avenue for that lifestyle content, and you can actually show off a bit of more yourself.
Yeah.
And TikTok. If you post a lot of talking videos, yapping on TikTok, if you find the right crowd, you saw it, you know. But
Wow.
Instagram, I feel like, is very
Yeah.
not superficial, but it's
It's a very transactional platform.
I do feel like it's a transactional.
Like
platform.
I'm going on there to get something out of it,
Yeah,
not to
for
connect.
sure.
Yeah.
It's hard to build meaningful connections on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like I would reach out to creators, you know, in my space. We like exchange messages and like have conversations, but aside from it, you don't really have that big connection with your audience.
Yeah.
Whereas YouTube, as soon as someone comments, you
It's the
respond
best.
to
Yeah,
them, like,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
like, oh,
it's the best
yes,
comment ever. Like
you
that
know?
one comment, you'll remember it for the rest of the day.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like it holds more value.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. No, I'm glad. At least I was hitting people up on Instagram, like
Yeah,
try
yeah.
to come here and set these up or like talk to meet
I was
people.
like, immediately, I saw it, I was like, yo, this is a good opportunity.
Yeah,
you know?
I was like super down. And like the funny thing is, as creators, like we met for the first time a couple days ago, but you never really know how people are.
No.
Especially, I've met some creators who are very different from their
Really?
content,
Yeah.
and then yeah, it's like they're different. It's not a bad or a good thing. It's just
Yeah.
it's different. I know how it
different.
is.
Yeah.
So sometimes when people message me, they're like, "You want to meet?" I'm always like hesitant, but I'm like, I'm here. Let me take a risk.
I
Let
think
me roll
that's the beauty
dice.
of us, of
Yeah.
creators. We're doing such a unique thing compared to like the old generation.
Yeah.
That for us, we just connect, and we at the end of the day, we do the same thing in a way, and it's a different art form in some ways, but we both took a gamble on ourselves.
Yeah.
And I think that is what connects a lot of us creatives. You know,
Sure.
we're all betting on ourselves, trying to get better, and we love the same craft. You know, it's beautiful.
It is. It's a
Yeah.
beautiful thing, man.
It is. Until AI takes over.
Yeah, yeah, completely. And then this is a Claude ad. Imagine it was sponsored by Claude.
Speaking of sponsor of today's video,
Oh my god. Yeah, imagine. That would be hilarious. That's such
this
a...
whole podcast has been generated with AI.
We're not even here. We're actually somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Or like background changes.
Yeah.
To like
That would be crazy. Okay, I guess last question, also too, because I started hearing the music. I didn't even realize
Yeah, sure.
that. What is the video you're most proud of up to
I
this
think
point?
the video I'm most proud of is probably going to be my campaign video for the Sony A7C2. I just quit my job, so it's been 2 years
2
ago.
years, yeah.
And I thought, I had a friend who is an influencer, like a Sony ambassador, and he had a campaign to shoot in Iceland for the new camera. And he had enough trust in me to do the whole thing, you know, come up with the idea,
Wow.
shoot it. We'd go out for 4 days, trek for 5 hours to get to the volcano with full backpacks, basically like suffer a lot.
That
But
is a crazy trip.
it was a whole mission, and it was the first trip I did with the boys where it felt like, you know what, quitting my job
worth it.
was worth it. Even if I don't have work for the next 6 months, the memories I'm making at that trip are just worth it. You know, like it was that kind of turning point where I had so much anxiety about leaving my job, thinking, is it the right choice of leaving the safety net? And at that point, I was like, you know what, it's all gonna work out. And I think that's probably the proudest piece, because also the result of it at the time for my skills was beautiful. Like
That's amazing.
It got shared on Sony website, and you know, it's like the actual campaign piece that I still show to clients.
It was like a sign that like, oh, I was meant to be
Yeah,
here.
exactly. You know, it was all that hard work, all those weekends that I poured into it outside of my job, just paid off in that one project. And ever since, it's just been getting bigger and better things coming my way. You know, so.
All right, end it off. One piece of advice for
Ooh.
someone who wants to get to where you are. You did it fast. 2 years is kind of crazy, and now
Yeah.
obviously you're still doing so many different things.
Yeah. All right, you know what? I'll say it might be slightly controversial because people say just go all in and, you know, fight or flight, just jump. I would actually advise against it. I would say if you are doing a job, even if you don't like it, stick with it for some time, build a safety net, and work on your craft alongside as much as you can until that side hustle outgrows your work. You know, think of actors. They don't just switch and just do auditions.
Hustle
it
it.
takes years.
Yeah.
Sometimes they are working actors where they're waiters and then they become actors, you know? So same thing for filmmaking. Try to do both for as long as possible, and when it makes sense, it will make sense to switch. That's probably the best advice I can give.
Nice.
Because that worked for me. And I know other creatives who have quit their jobs and they're struggling, you know? You don't want to be a starving artist. And as much as people say, yeah, you don't want to be a sellout either, you do have to make money.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
unless you have a
it's
trust
either you're
fund.
sellout or you're
Yeah.
starving, or you can be kind of in the middle. you know?
Exactly. So, yeah, have a safety net. Come up with like a plan. Have a plan, and just try to balance both until it feels like the right choice to do.
Dude,
There you go.
this was great.
Thank you, Kevin.
I appreciate you coming and
sick. I
doing
liked
this,
it.
man. Yeah.
Sick.
Cool,
Now
man.
the shirt's gonna come off.